Welcome back to the channel Trading Simplified. I'm a trading enthusiast and love to simplify trading. To get started, just a reminder that I'm not a financial advisor and this video is for entertainment purposes only. This is what I just want to bring to attention. There's a few that are on my mind. I've been watching DraftKings. I have plenty of videos on them, so I'm not even going to go into it. Refer to my other videos on where I think the buy is. Right now, we pretty much are at the buy, but it could sell off a little bit more down to $35. Next stock that I really believe that we should be focusing on is Jetblue. Jetblue is another one that had a nice rebound. I was saying around the $14. Take a position. Look at that nice 30-40 cent gain right there if you can get it at the low 14s. Next one I'm looking at, PLTR. It's making new lows. This is something that we need to pay attention to. And I like to look at things sometimes on the 10-day. Is it making higher highs or lower lows? So when you look at this 10-day, it was up to $29. And look, massive sell-off from 10 days ago to $28 down to $21. This stock is making lower lows. And now it's starting to consolidate in the $23 to $21 range. But let's just be careful because we need to see where the bottom's going to be. And they're projecting that growth is going to slow a little bit. And when you buy companies like this, you just want to make sure you're in a good position to insulate yourself in case it's going to start selling off. So our next sell-off, it's at 21.5 right now in the after hours. This is the 6-month chart with 33 on the RSI. These are the Bollinger Bands. We're at the bottom of the Bollinger Bands. So we're looking okay in that aspect. And then EMA is at 23.78. So we do need a retest back to that EMA of 23.5. Might not get it right now, but the low would be $20. So $20 would be your next support level. You could technically, this is what I'm using to use it, you could technically see down here, like around 20.5 would be another bounce play. But just really, I would follow a stop loss because you don't want to be holding shares at like $24 and then, you don't sell it here up at 29 and then it comes back down and now you're down. So PLTR is something that I'm looking into. Another company that I like to watch is Rocket Mortgage. They always say when interest rates are going to go up, it's going to kill this company. Rocket Mortgage is a company that, it went, 6 months ago, it was all the way up to, it was actually way higher than that. If we go to year to date, it went all the way up as high as $42. Now it's back down to $15. Looking at the last month, we went from nice 15 support level all the way up to 17, now back down to 15 for it. So it's something that I'm keeping an eye on to maybe take a position on around $15. Strict stop loss, obviously. And then Lucid is now a company that I'm always going to watch because they just give such good swings. I mean, you just got to get the dip at this point. If it massively sells off, I'm just going to definitely try and take a position. And sometimes something that I've learned, especially with Lucid, because I was underestimating them so much, and I just thought it was like a joke, and it's really not. Like whether you believe in EV or not, if you look at the technical analysis, you can see that the EMA line, it's been trading above the EMA line the whole time, and that's what I should have been looking at when I didn't take a position on this stock. But once they got above this EMA line, they were fine, and they retested this EMA line once. They went down to $40 about. Let me just go to 10. Just do a 10-day. Let's do a 5-day chart so you can see it because that's how much this stock swings. But on the just bring it up. On the 5-day, it retested that EMA line at $44, $43. Because when I go to the 6-month chart, you can look at the 6-month EMA. That's the red line, purple line I keep referring to. You could see here. This is where you would look. So when the stock starts selling off, this is where it would retest right here at $43. And even if you just go to this bar, it shows it right here at the low, right here. So that was a beautiful play. Whoever bought that around the $43 to $45 range, I mean, excellent play. Because using that 6-month EMA can really give you a guide when a stock is selling off. Let's go to DraftKings real quick and just look at the EMA. On the 6-month, you can see that the EMA is 42. So if we ever get DraftKings to come back, 42 is going to be a major resistance because it has to prove that it can hold this. If it gets above this EMA, it's going to go to the moon. But right now, we're just stuck in that massive sell-off period. So it's just something that we have to keep an eye on. Next stock, This is a stock that I always traded I have like 400 shares at 1.4 right now. This stock gives really good bounces, believe it or not. It's a stock that you have to just buy the low and just set the sell, like good till canceled. And they had strong support at the 1.26 range. But they're a stock that is like literally invested in everything. They're called Medicus, MDGS. And one of my buddies always trades this stock, and he always buys a couple thousand shares and just sets the sell point 0.1 above, and he makes nice like $500 gains because he'll just buy at like 1.3, set a good till canceled at 1.4, and just waits for it to go, and he doesn't watch it. So it's just something that where you can actually make pretty good money if you just do like a couple thousand shares and just set the sell 10 cents above. I mean, their EMA line is at 1.45, as you can see, and they're at 1.3. So massive drop for them too as well. Let's just see where Tesla is, because I'm honestly haven't looked at them because they're just so expensive at this point. If you have a lot of money and you're looking to short something, this is a company that I'm definitely going to be willing to short. They went up to as high as 37.5, and that was a great short because it went. Oh, I'm sorry. This is on the 36 month. They went as high today as 37.60, and then sold off 100 points. Even if you're just shorting one share, you can still make $100. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but I feel like Amazon gives really good swings because if you look at like the 10-day chart, I mean, look at this. You get nice from 3,600 down to 3,400. And so whenever Amazon makes a new high, I start a short position. I only do one share, but I set the good till canceled buy order 50 to 100 points below. And I like making those gains, $50 to $100. It adds up. The last stock I want to talk about is Baba. Baba is a company that they have lowered their guidance on their earnings, and they missed earnings. They didn't miss by too much, but it's not coming up for some reason. Everybody's acting like Baba's going out of business when they're really not. Baba says that Benchmark Capital, some investment firm, is saying that their price target is $245 from $270. I mean, the shares cost $140 a share now. And everybody thinks they're in doom, they're going to go out of business. This is when you want to be buying these companies. You want to be buying them when they're at the lows. I just want to always reinforce that, especially if you're going to be a dip buy player. But just keep in mind, major support here around the 140. Major support. So when am I going to look to buy? On the new low. I'm not going to buy here at 140. And I know it looks like a great price, especially if you look at the 1 year. And you can see that Baba has really sold off. It was from 280 all the way down to 140. Now, for a swing trade, 100 shares is what I'm looking to do. I want to see a new low on this. So let's just see what we can find looking at this 1 year, because I haven't even looked at the chart, at the 2 year chart, to see what the next support level would be. Let's go to the 5 year since we still can't find it. So now looking at the 5 year, let's just go across this line here. Our next new low is around 130 to 135. And I'm using this up here. L is for low and H is for high. So if you're going to swing trade this, I would start building a position around 135 to 130. 25 shares at a time, starting at 135 down to 130, and I believe we're going to get a pop. It is really selling off. It's just a descending triangle. It just keeps going down. And it's hard to really draw on the Fidelity app, so I don't even think I'm going to try, to be honest. But I think it does have like a technical analysis thing. I wonder if it could show us. Sometimes Baba will show you like support levels. I'm sorry, Fidelity will show you support levels, which is pretty cool. So on the 5 year chart, let's just see what it shows us. Oh, it's actually kind of close, just clicking on it randomly. So it does show you here that support is at 140. But I don't really want to take that chance. I don't want to buy at 140. And my reason is it's been there before. So when a stock has been there before, you really got to have a quick stop loss, because if it's going to die more, you don't know where the bottom is. Here, we know where the bottom is. We know that it's going to be in this area right here, which I'm going to zoom in on so we can see. So this makes it much clearer to see that at 130 would be a clear support level for Baba. So this is definitely something to look into. So that's something that I'm going to be. And let me just set an alert so I don't forget while I'm on this video. Might as well while I'm here. And this is what's really cool about Fidelity is you can set alerts. So then I'll get a text message now when it hits that price. Let's see where AMC is at real quick. Oh, wow, AMC, oh no, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the 5-year chart, that's why. So now, yeah, AMC blasted back up. AMC, anytime it's under $40, buy 100 shares, set the sell for 41. Always can make quick money on them, which is awesome. You can also die on them, but it seems like they're always just holding that $40 level. And let me see if there's any other stocks I want to bring up. Tilray really sold off, and it went down to 1075. This is something I usually buy call options on. I'm going to see if they make a new low because they just lowered guidance to them to $10. Meaning they didn't lower, but people are putting price targets on them at $10. So I'm going to wait and see. And NIO stock is the electric vehicle company. And they've really done well too. They have always shown promise. Anytime they're under $38, just buy 100 shares and set the sell for like 40 because it pretty much always hits. I mean, if you did that today, I think you would have got it. You'd have been very close. So it's just another company to always watch out for. NIO, electric vehicles. Electric vehicles so high right now, especially with Lucid just going to the moon. These are things you want to watch out for. So that's all I got for you. I just want to bring up some stocks to bring to your attention that I think would be potentially have some good moves and go from there.